بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين، أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. We said before that with the advancement in science, every generation can learn new meanings from the Quran. Based on the level of knowledge that is available, an expression in a verse might give us a new meaning. That's why sometimes a verse has multiple meanings, and these meanings don't contradict each other because they fit the same concept. Today we will talk about an example of this. In Surah Yasin, so chapter number 36, verse number 80, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون. Meaning, it is He who produces fire for you out of the green trees, and then from these you kindle fire. For centuries, many people questioned this verse, because when it comes to trees, the green parts are the leaves, and you don't start a fire using green leaves. Why would the Quran say that fire comes from the green trees? Many people argued that it would be more suitable to say that fire comes from wood, not the green parts of the tree. But the verse clearly links fire to the green parts of the trees. Let's try to understand why the Quran emphasizes this link. With limited knowledge, many centuries ago, the first meaning people understood is a simple meaning. A long time ago, Arabs used to take two branches of some special trees, and then they would grind them together to spark fire. We can expand on this meaning because you can apply the same idea to other trees as well. Another meaning is that the trees start green, but after a while they dry up. Then you can use them to make fire. However, within the last century, we found another deeper and more scientific meaning for this verse. We can call it the transformation of energy. One of the most important functions plants perform is photosynthesis. With photosynthesis depends completely on chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what makes plants green. It's basically the green pigments in the chloroplast. So the chloroplasts, they use this chlorophyll to convert sunlight, which is light energy, into food, into wood, into carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. Chloroplasts are like the tiny kitchens inside the cells. So you give them carbon dioxide and water with the addition of sunlight, and they give you food, they give you everything else that the plants need, and oxygen. Let's take a break and we will be right back. Welcome back. Inside chloroplasts, green chlorophyll is responsible for taking carbon dioxide from the air, keep the carbon, and release the oxygen back into the air. In other words, each chloroplast is a factory of energy and oxygen. During this process, the plants harvest the energy from the sun and store it as chemical energy. When we burn wood, we basically release the stored energy made by the green parts, the chloroplasts, and we recombine carbon with oxygen to make carbon dioxide again. A similar process takes place in our bodies, but unfortunately, we don't have enough time to talk about this now. In other words, fire that comes from wood is derived from sunlight in the first place. And these green pigments capture the energy of the sun and deposit it into the wood. This energy gets released as fire when we burn wood. Until now, the process of the formation of wood is not fully understood. In another verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Waqi'ah, so it's the chapter number 56, verse number 71 and 72. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ النَّارَ الَّتِي تُورُونَ أَأَنْتُمْ أَنشَأْتُمْ شَجَرَتَهَا أَمْ نَحْنُ الْمُنشِئُونَ? Meaning, have you thought about the fire that you light? Is it you who make the trees that fuel the fire grow, or are we the grower? Wood formation is a highly complicated process involving incredible steps in plants. Photosynthesis is the fundamental source of organic material on Earth, and the green chloroplasts are responsible for sustaining life on Earth. The Quran specifically mentions that the green parts of the tree are the source of fuel for people. Not only wood, but all fossil fuel. Crude oil, natural gas, charcoal, all of them are examples of the energy originated by photosynthesis in green leaves. Plants harvest this energy and use it in making nutrients and everything else that the trees need. One more thing here as a note. It took scientists until the 20th century to confirm this information. On every leaf there are more than 10 million cells, and in each cell there are about 100 chloroplasts. So next time you look at a green leaf, remember that you are looking at 1 billion tiny factories, 1 billion tiny factories which produce energy, food, and oxygen. So please be respectful of this great blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.